Hello, friends. I think the Republicans are beginning to learn something. I think they're beginning to understand that Trump is an idiot. That is why I think some of them are beginning to stand up to Donald Trump. Some of them are beginning to say no, fuck no to Donald Trump. And I think that is great. I really like when people learn from their mistake. I've learned a lot from my mistake and all the mistakes I've made through my life. I've learned from it, and that made me a better person. So I think the Republicans, or some of them, not all of them, I think some of them are beginning to understand what their mistake was. And I think their mistake was voting for Donald Trump because they were all conned into voting and supporting Donald Trump. And I think, like I said, now they see that Donald Trump is an idiot. And so now they're saying no, fuck no. And the great examples I have is, well, I have the state of Indiana. They just said no to the redistricting. So the Indiana House, I don't know what you call it, but they said no. They said no. We're not gonna gerrymander the maps. We're just gonna leave it as it is, and we'll just see what happens. And I think that is beautiful. I think that is beautiful. I think you should follow the law. I think, because with the census, you're supposed to do the census every 10 years. And so with the redrawing of the maps, I think it should be the same way. Because, I've said it in my other videos. I said, every 10 years, you have more people moving into the communities. You have more people moving out of the communities. So it makes sense to redraw the maps, legally, and not try to limit people from voting, like just trying to stop people from voting. I don't think that's the best way to go. If you believe in democracy, you should believe that everybody has the right to vote. Legal people. If you're a legal person in America, you should have the legal right to vote. If you're a citizen, you have the right. You have the right to vote. So, but it makes me happy that the state of Indiana have decided to say no to Donald Trump because I think these people, a lot of Republicans, I don't want to say a lot, I want to say some Republicans are beginning to see that when they go to the grocery stores, they see the prices of everything. It's not really going down. Although Trump on TV says everything is down, grocery prices are down, energy prices are down, whatever is down, that is not true because Donald Trump is lying. And the other thing that I really love to see is that even Fox News is not taking Trump's bullshit anymore because every time Trump goes on TV and lies that the price of groceries are down, Fox News comes with a fact check and immediately they fact check Donald Trump. So I think that is great. You know, I know Donald Trump wants to go and fight and get rid of CNN, but I think that's not really going to work because Fox will basically take whatever CNN was reporting because I think Fox News is beginning to see that Trump is an idiot. They will worship or they will say nice things to Trump in one camera, and then the other camera they will say the truth. They will fact check Trump. So I think it's great. I really like that people are learning, and it's going very very good for the Democrats because last week the Democrats did really really good with the elections, the special elections, and some other elections across America. So I think the Democrats, they won the mayor in Miami. Democrats won the Miami election, and people are saying it's the first time in 30 years that you have a Democratic mayor elected in Miami. I think Democrats won in Georgia. I think they won a seat in Georgia or some thing in Georgia, and I can't remember the other one, but Democrats won very nicely last week. So I think things are moving slowly, giving me hope that democracy is slowly climbing back. You have judges denying Trump, and I just saw yesterday that Garcia, Abrego Garcia, he's home. He's home. He's released from the ICE detention, and he's home with his family. That is great. He's home for Christmas. But I'm really, again, I just want to say that I'm really happy that some Republicans are beginning to understand their mistake. They're learning from their mistake. Don't support Donald Trump because Donald Trump is a fool. Donald Trump is a liar. Donald Trump is a con man. You know the reality. You know the truth. You go to the grocery stores. You know the truth. You go to pump your car, the gas, for your car. You know the truth. The gas prices are high. Everything is high. Energy, everything, because of these stupid tariffs. Meanwhile, China is having a good time. China is having the greatest time of their life this time because of stupid Donald Trump. Stupid Donald Trump, he thought that he was going to cripple China by giving China all these huge tariffs, 2,000 tariffs on this, on that, on that. But meanwhile, China is being successful. They're making money. They're making money because the market is like water. The market is very fluid. It moves it can change very easily. It's like the wind. So if you try to stop it here, the market is going to shift and find another way to go. And that is what China did. China increased their exports to Europe, to Australia, to Asia. Like China has increased their exports, and they have made more money than 2024. They just released their surplus, their trade surplus, like $1 trillion surplus, and that's all because of stupid Donald Trump. So China is doing amazing, because China, you cannot stop China. China is an expert. They know what the heck they're doing, So I think it's great that China is just continuing to just prove Donald Trump is an idiot. I love it. And again, I just want to say for the third time, I'm happy some of these Republicans are learning from their mistake. I hope they continue to not support Donald Trump, vote for the truth, support democracy. Let people vote. Let people vote. Don't deny people from voting. If they're legal, let them vote. Let them vote. Thank you very much.